we go. There we go. We on the air, Kimmy. Kimmy, we on.
We on the air.
We on the air. Let's
We're
make this
live.
public. We're live. We're live. Welcome to Hot Tea Time. Welcome to Hot Tea Time. Let's make sure that we it's public.
Make sure we're connected.
Connected all the way
With
in
the people.
public. We got to be public. The privacy setting got to be on public. Now we're ready. We changed the setting. We're good now.
Okay.
Okay, Kimber, we're going to get started here.
Yeah.
We got a lot to talk about.
Hope everyone had a beautiful weekend.
Yes.
Coming off this weekend. I hope you didn't do too much.
I know.
Because a lot has happened.
I had to stay home. I've been depressed because school
Oh my
start. Get ready to start. Y'all pray for teachers and educators and
Yeah,
principals.
because now teachers can carry guns.
But no, that's
It's
not
okay.
not in Memphis.
No, I know not in Memphis, but you got other areas that have.
Yeah, that has the
and
right
I
to
saw
carry.
some of the training. I was concerned about how they was holding the weapons, but
Well, my thing is my concern is
yeah.
You don't know their mental state. You don't know a
Yeah.
teacher's mental state.
It's because it's
Kendrick,
it's,
how you doing?
it's easier to say that you've given them all this training
Sure.
or whatever, but when you in the thick of things and you start
Yeah.
teaching school, you start dealing with the pressures
And
of
your
making-
feelings. Getting your
Yeah,
feelings
so-
when
yeah.
you're talking to kids and
and
people
then they get
and-
to talking crazy
Yes.
or something. Hopefully, that won't be
we,
the case.
we got to stay prayed up
Just
for
stay
these people
prayed
that's
up.
toting their guns into the schools
Yeah,
and
pray
dealing
for
with
our
kids.
right.
and pray that
Mhm.
they don't know that they're carrying them. And
Yeah, they
get to
said
going
they're
through.
not supposed to know who's carrying the gun, so the kids want to know who.
Erica,
has
hey
the gun.
y'all, Erica,
Hi,
Erica Dale, Erica and
Erica.
Austin Dale.
Hey, ain't seen her in a month.
I ain't seen her either. Erica, I need to see you. Make a way.
Yeah.
Make a way. Okay, so
get started.
yeah, get schools get ready to start in
Yeah.
Memphis on next week, but the teachers are in trainings
Please
and
pray for
classes and stuff like that. So
Teachers
y'all
in
be in
Tennessee.
prayer because school. We ain't been out of school 2 months and we here. We back in
Yeah.
school, and it's a problem.
certain school systems, certain counties about to tread into new territory
Yes.
with teachers who are able to carry weapons
Yes.
after going through this training.
Training, yes.
And the Republicans seem very happy. Not
They
trying to
okay
make
with
it,
it because
but I was saying,
this-
I know people gonna say, you got to make it political. Yes, because this is a red state. Therefore, they're gonna always make these rules because they have a super majority at the Capitol.
yes.
So therefore, I don't care what the Democrats try to push.
It's
If
not
they're
gonna
not
work.
with it, sorry.
It's not
That's
gonna work.
why, speaking of which, the local elections are about to happen. Please go out and vote
Please,
because
y'all.
I'm tired of these people talking about, hey, my vote doesn't count.
It counts, y'all. And right now, and y'all go into court and y'all get the wrong judges.
Mm-hmm.
Blame yourself. Blame
Yeah.
yourself that you didn't get the court and vote.
Your local officials
Please go
matter.
vote. And please, the school board, it matters as well.
Mm-hmm.
Please vote and don't put the same people back in office. It hadn't been working. It's not going to work. Get these people out that is not working for our city. We need new people. We need new blood. We need to get it done.
Yeah, you got a new superintendent who seems
She needs
to be
some
about
help.
her business, and she needs a team that's going to work with her
She
to
needs help.
implement the plan that, from what I've heard, and read into it,
Hey, Chris.
I think it's going to be a great way to start because the children they need a new way.
And her whole purpose is to get them back in school, to get them in school, to get them in school. That is what she's mostly talking about, is to get the kids back in school to be educated. She wants to educate the kids. So
And be like, bring back and involve these kids in extracurricular activities.
Yes.
Working with the parents, the ones who have problems with transportation, getting these kids to be in after school activities. That's part of what she's trying to do, which I think is a good thing because I pushed mine to be in extracurricular activities so she can experience different things in school besides just going to class and come home do homework.
Right. And also she also foster parents. She's a big she has a big push for foster parents and kids that's in the system and stuff like that. She has a big push for that. So it's she have a lot of different outlets that she's going to have opening up this year for different people that have needs for different kids. She has a lot of outlets. She recognizes all of the needs. That's why she's out in the community trying to find out what is in the need. Yeah. So we're going to come back to that because we're going to have to talk about the president's election as well. So we're going to come back to that, but we're going to jump into Chris. Hey y'all.
Hey Chris.
So we're going to jump into our relationship question. It's so we have so much to talk about. It's just I'm just excited. My cousin came to sit on the couch with me today.
Yeah, I'm not asleep for a change.
She normally be asleep at home, but she came
I'm
to
still on vacation.
Oh yeah, she got one more.
Yeah.
So look,
okay,
we're gonna stop.
One is the relationship.
Yes, the first one is relationship.
And this is very disturbing to me because I see this happening more and more on social media. When I do jump on there. So I do that so I can keep up with and see what the young people are doing because I'll be in probably a book or something, but to know what's going on out there. And one thing that I've been seeing now is like these couples going on these vacations or whatever, and for some ungodly reason, the young ladies get into the man's phone.
Grabbing the phones. They going into phones.
Finding out,
Finding out what's going on in the phone.
Yeah.
So why would you try to focus to force someone to stay with you after they catch you cheating?
Yeah. They want to end a relationship.
But why would you
you're forcing them to stay.
You're forcing them to stay. Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to end it. But you forcing them to stay. So why force them to stay and you already cheating? Why don't you go on with who you going with?
Yeah, because on that particular video, she was trying to leave. And I was like, now he's basically committing a crime on social media, kidnapping her, forcing her to stay.
She said, Erica said, what? Going through the phone, then sliding down the wall. So
sliding down the wall. Oh, Steve.
So, I mean,
what,
they don't mean it. Kids say they don't mean it. So, honestly,
they don't mean what?
I guess what they did. They don't mean what they did.
So, it was just
they were just trying it out. Just doing something.
Temporary insanity.
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to call it?
That's what we're going to call it. So, what is the reason why
So if they want to leave at that particular moment, why force them to stay and talk about it when they're not in the right mind to talk about it? Yeah. Just let them go. Because chances are, and I'm going to say it, chances are that person coming back. They don't have to go through all the emotional backlash or whatever, but they're coming back. So why won't you let them go?
Kendra said they don't mean to cheat.
Oh, so they accidentally
got their number or texting whoever they texting. So
Ken, who you trying to cover for? who he trying to put that excuse and gaslight out just in case somebody
what's
listen.
Going on?
What he say?
Huh?
What he say?
I'm on the show. What's going on? Okay. Somebody call him back. I thought he was trying to get on the show. Okay, people cheat because they not getting attention from the main one. Laugh out loud. Tell about she's so silly. Okay. He said people cheating because they're not getting attention from the main person that they're with.
That's not necessarily true.
They all just crazy. Stop cheating and stop going through grown people phone. Hey Tanisha. Tanisha on the phone. So I have a problem with people going through people's phone.
Yeah.
Now you grown.
Yeah.
If you feel if you got an implement of them cheating, just call them out on it.
Yeah, you call them out on so they can go ahead and get their lives.
Just gonna get the lie together. They're gonna lie
but
anyway. Either on the phone, off the phone, in the phone. Yeah. You can see it in writing. You can see it in black and white or red, whatever it's in your phone. They're gonna lie anyway.
So I think you should make
I disagree.
I think you should.
You cheat because you're not getting attention. Okay.
No, I've seen couples.
Tell you what's going on.
Get the attention they need, basically getting everything they need at home. But I always say you're not it. You're not the one. No, if you're the one, you'll consciously be like, I don't care what the person look like. I don't care what they got going on. If that's where you want to be, you're not gonna cheat. Okay. Sorry, I don't care.
Jen said, Kendrick never Ross. People cheat because they want to cheat. People have cheated on folks that give them everything.
Exactly.
They settle in the beginning. That's why they ain't happy with their mate.
And also, there's a lot of red flags in the beginning that a lot of people ignore as well. Because I was like, back then, I can say I ignored a lot of red flags.
But a lot of times, I think people get with people and they get comfortable, even though they're not compatible. You're not who they really want.
I just said that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's not. That's not who you really supposed to be with.
You're only there because they're serving a need a lot of times. But okay, for instance,
they say there's no reason why they just a cheater.
Yeah, because like you said, there's no reason because you can be with that person doing everything, then you break up, and then 6 months later, you find out they're married to someone else.
Right.
Because you done did all the dirt, the grunt work.
Right.
They done been through all that. They done became the best version of themselves because of the mess that they put you through, only to be the right person, that person they should have been with you, with the person they want to be with.
Yes, sir, we talking deep now.
That's what that's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
A lot of people build a person up for the next person.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, because you did everything, and then they saw everything, but you weren't the one. Because the first thing they said, I wish
you were.
Yeah.
Like such and such, or would do what such and such would do.
Yeah. And so if they get with someone that they like want to be with,
and like Tanya said, she said you have to teach them how to love you, and they go to love someone else. They go and love someone else. Yeah. After you teach somebody how to love you, then they go and love someone else. Yeah, and after you teach them how to, sometimes you could build, like you just said, you can build a person up. You done build them up. It's like build a bear.
You build them up for the next person.
You done build them up, then dress them up. They asking anybody the right shoes, but you was ready to get. They done clean them up for the next person to come in, and you done just got them ready for the next person. So
and then people go through that funk, that depression. It's that why? Do not
stop building people up. It ain't stop them the wrong people.
Yeah,
we gotta stop building people up.
Until you know for sure this is gonna be the one that you're gonna be with, who wanna be with you, because a person gonna always show you are the person they want to be with. Because if the person all of a sudden don't, you like, well, let's do it, and they don't have time, or they don't like this and they don't like that. Then all of a sudden, after you break up, they're on social media doing the same thing you've been wanting them to do.
Right.
And then they always have time for that person.
Prime example. One of my friends, I can't call no names, but
Don't do that.
prime example. One of my friends, ex-husband, they living their best life. And with them, they didn't go nowhere. They didn't do nothing.
They weren't
They
not motivated to do nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Baby, they didn't move off the couch. But now we're doing TikToks and going places, and
Because they with the person they want to be.
I just don't know. Question, okay. Do we look for what we are missing in our lives in a mate?
Yeah, that's always the downfall.
That's always the downfall.
Yep.
So
The thing you should do, you know what your
okay, you could be with someone for years and may not be sure. So explain how you can be sure people can pretend for a very long time.
no, they can't. You missing when they
And then
mad
boom,
slip.
one day they show you who they realize. No, they ain't pretending.
Nope.
You just missing the red
missing-
flag.
You missing it.
You looking over the red flags because my thing is,
Yeah.
when you get with them and they going everywhere you want them to go, and then once y'all get together, they stop doing what you want to do. You need to let them go, because guess what? That is not the person that you need to be with, because if they gonna stop doing it, that means
Well,
they wasn't
that
they was pretending.
but they're not going to stop right away. It's going to be a gradual process.
But
You
when
have to
see it,
pay attention to the little things. See, you're not catching the little things. You know, when they love bomb you from the beginning, that's always a red flag right there.
explain how you could be sure.
Explain how you can be sure.
Uh-huh.
Your instincts gonna tell you.
Yeah. I would say your instincts, and they move the way they move. People start to move different.
Yeah, when it's a slow, it can be the smallest thing. Don't ever take it. Do not ever take that little inkling, that little thing in the back of your mind. Be like, you better, yeah, hold on to that.
That's what
that might be
said.
that might be your first indication right there. Like, wait
Tony said, no, it's there. We're blinded by love. Because you in love with them don't mean that they're in love with you.
And you have to trust your instinct, because that spirit is gonna be telling you. But it's like you said, love. Do not lead with your heart. Do not lead with your heart. That's what people do. And especially women. Soon as the man say the L word to them, they just throw all common sense out
And Lord
the window.
forgive, let them show
and then
a ring.
I be like sitting up there like,
a ring show up.
yeah,
Baby, that
ring
ring show up, that ring will shut you up for the next 10 years.
Yep. That will shut you up for the
Baby,
next
that
10
ring will
years.
shut you
And
up,
then
baby.
you sitting up there like, and you still call fiance, then all of a sudden you said forget it. Now you claim each other's husband and wife, ain't got not a lick of paper on each other.
That's right. And Sonny said when your spirit ain't right, you attract the wrong things.
First and foremost.
That's first and foremost.
Yeah, you have to
But
be
you gotta,
about yourself.
Because you gotta be about you. You gotta love yourself first.
Yeah,
before you can even tell that someone is in love with you.
Yeah, because the first step, you should check them.
Yeah, you should
Because
check them.
if you
Because if
don't-
you love yourself,
Yeah.
me loving myself, I know how I want someone else to love me. And if
Yeah.
you're not loving me the way I want to be loved,
No.
then guess what? That means I need to walk away. Because I'm going to do me.
Because that first misstep, if they do not correct it, and they try to gaslight you and try to get away with it, they're going to see what else they can get away. But that first misstep is going to show you if they really into you, because first thing they're going to do is try to correct it. Be like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Right. And just like she said, Kendra said, some people don't know how to love themselves. Well, you need to learn. You need to
then
get
you
you a
don't
good
need
book.
to deal with them.
You don't need to deal with it. You don't need to deal with their ass on a picture.
You're not a teacher.
Because if you can't teach them.
them.
You can't teach them. You don't need to deal with them at all.
No.
Because if somebody don't love themselves and you got to try to teach them to love themselves, you're gonna be hurt in the end.
Right, you're gonna spend too much.
You're gonna spend too much
on them.
Yes.
And then you're gonna be putting all your energy in them, but then you're gonna have no more for you.
Right.
So then you gonna resent them in the end,
right?
Because you gonna feel like, well, God, no, I done did it all this and and that's when resentment comes in and it becomes it's already toxic, and then at the end it's just gonna explode.
And my whole thing is, and what I mean by learn to love yourself, you got to put in time with yourself to know your dislikes and likes. Yeah. If you don't know your dislikes and likes, that means you are able to put up with things that people they give you. That you don't really like, but you deal with it because you feel like it's okay. This is what's supposed to happen. Yeah. But if you in tune with yourself and you know what you're able to put up with or what you're going to put up with and what you love about yourself. I love to take myself. I like nice things. I love taking myself out. I like shows. I like yourself. You got to love on yourself.
Because I'm not going to bend down and try to reach you.
They say, hey, Kim and Ventires.
Hey.
Stop thinking. Also, people need to stop thinking when people say they've been through a lot with their mate and still together.
Yeah.
Well, first of all,
that's not a relationship.
That's not a relationship. That's not a relationship goal because you're going through anything. Yeah. You the fool because if you going through something and you stay your ass there, it's something wrong with your ass. Because my thing is, if you don't take time for yourself to learn to love yourself, then that's a problem with you. Because if you constantly keep on taking this beat up, you get beat up every weekend and I'm not saying physically beat up, mentally. It could be mentally. If they leaving your ass at home and they going out with their friends every weekend or going with the new boo or with whoever they going with, and you allowing that, you getting beat up every weekend. You're allowing them to do this to you every weekend when you're lonely, you're all by yourself. You got to know your deal breakers. Your deal breakers. What is a deal breaker for you?
And don't you allow nobody to talk you out of that deal breaker either, because it becomes emotional.
Tell them to call in. Call in.
Who is that?
Somebody want to call in.
Tell them to call.
Call in. We open. But see, my thing is you got to know your deal breakers because my whole thing is you're not going to constantly keep on putting me to the side because guess what? I'm going too.
Yeah. So, yeah, you have to
I'm getting up and go. I'm going on my own.
Yeah, and especially as you get older.
Y'all don't listen to some of these songs. It's the old songs, not the new ones. The new ones, goodness. It's the old ones. On My Own and what's the more?
When they know
Love will make you do wrong.
You
know, some of those songs. Y'all need to go back and listen to some of those songs. The number is 901-643-0700. Give us a call. Yeah. Call on in. 901-643-0700.
Because we got to move on.
We got to move on to the next one. Come on, call in because we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
We got a lot to hit on. So come on, call in. But so you got to really think about self-growth. You got to grow yourself before you can take somebody else.
If their relationship is not fulfilling you, if you got to constantly put yourself second and that person is not even making you a priority, those kind of things.
Erica. Hey, Erica. How are you?
How y'all doing? I'm doing good.
We're good, darling. Great. What's going on?
So first, I want to agree with y'all, about what y'all saying about making sure that you love yourself and you know yourself.
Ryan said low self-esteem. That's true, Ryan. Low self-esteem. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And a lot of times when people have low self-esteem, people capitalize on them.
Oh yes, you got people that know how to sniff that out.
They find you. They will put their claws into you right away when they find someone with low self-esteem or anything they could find insecure about themselves. Mm-hmm. They will capitalize on it. They'll talk about them. They'll make them feel bad and make them.
And then you got to be aware of the opposite with the love bomb. Mm-hmm. They bombing you with all these compliments and love you. And then once they think they got you, they slowly
Hey,
start
Darius.
pulling away. Slowly start pulling away. But you gotta
Right.
realize what they're doing. All of a sudden, they let a day go by, you don't hear from them. Or, all of a sudden they too busy to do something.
To talk
So,
to you or be with
And
you.
then, but if you decide, well, I'm just gonna leave you alone, then all of a sudden they start the little bumming because they're
come
still
back.
trying to
Right.
keep you. So you got to be careful that this repetitive cycle of that because they really
That's
trying
what I was
to.
gonna get into, talking about how they glamorizing a toxic relationship type
Right.
of culture. They do all of that fighting and all that stuff, and then they show themselves back together. And everybody think, oh, that mean, we supposed to be together because we keep getting back together after all this bad stuff. When you see people that's been together for a long time, when they say they've been through a lot with their mate, they talking about going through life stuff with their mate,
Right.
and they still together. Not us constantly
Fighting
going
and-
through the same
And same cycle,
Yeah.
cheating and going
Oh,
through and
yeah.
breaking windows in cars and all that. Anybody got time? My whole thing is at this day and time, if you're not meant to be together, go on. Go
Yeah.
on, free yourself. Do a fantasy on their ass and go on.
It's not
Go.
like back then
Where you
women
stay
had
together,
to
where the
stay
parents told you, the old people told
Or-
them to stay together because they had
They didn't
kids.
have options.
They didn't have no
Man,
option.
it's the world is too open now.
Yeah.
To settle for toxic.
For toxic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're toxic. They had whole different marriages and shit like that,
Yeah.
and then you had to stay with them because of that.
I've heard these young men talking about they want women that would like their grandma. I said it was a different time then, young man. I said these ladies now have too many options, and then first and foremost, the black women are leading the country in education,
Yes.
careers.
Yes.
They're doing it all. So you get upset. First of all, you get upset because they're doing everything and don't need you. But when they needed you, you didn't want to be available emotionally, physically, or nothing else. Now that they done moved on, they say, bet, okay, I don't have to be with you. Now it's a problem.
Now
So-
you too masculine for them.
Exactly.
You're doing too much.
And Tanya said she's walking away from relationships because it's no longer it's a purpose within her purpose.
As the women say, they rather deal with the bear.
Yeah, because my whole thing is at this point now, you got to understand where y'all coming from. If you don't have an understanding going into a relationship, why be in it? That's not a relationship.
Yeah, because you gotta ask.
'Cause if you got to
questions.
compromise-
first of all, you gotta ask those questions. And if your answer, neither one of y'all answer jiving, or you thinking he trying to figure out what he should say to
Right.
get with you, you'll know that right away. You
I'm
can
back in the comments. I love y'all.
Okay,
love
bye
you
bye.
too.
Yeah, let me tell you something. To be
Somebody else
my
calling.
mind on Jesus. I just said my mind on Jesus.
Praise
Go
the
ahead,
Lord,
praise
'cause
him.
I know that's right,
Keep up,
'cause he
keep it
gonna-
there.
He gonna lead you.
He'll
the
lead you the right way.
If you put him in your whatever, he gonna show you. Trust me, he gonna show you.
Okay, Darius said if you don't have an understanding in the beginning, then it ain't gonna work. And unequally yoked. Rain said unequally yoked. Yeah, because at this point right now, you can't get with a person and y'all unequally yoked. Now,
Well, unequally yoked can also mean it's like you have to have somebody that's work with you because the yoke that's put on animals are for two animals to work together.
right,
So if you don't have somebody who's willing to
To
put
work.
on that yoke
right.
to work with you, it's not gonna work with anyway.
You better preach on.
So you have to have somebody who's willing to put that yoke on to work with you, so y'all both can plow this field together. And when you look back, you see the straight lines because y'all both work together to make this life happen.
Well, she just explained to Ken. Ken said, "Why do we keep saying that?" And people, we said that at
just
church,
said.
and nobody know what it
I
means.
just explained it.
He
didn't
said that
hear-
term could be used in many ways. You're right, but she explained it.
No, yeah, in the biblical, you gotta look at the context of back then, when they would say stuff like that. Because back then it was about animals working together. Like when Jesus said, "My yoke is easy." That means put him with you. Mm-hmm. Let him help you. Okay. Let him help work with you. Right. Put everything that you're dealing with, he's gonna help you carry it. Right. So that's when you put on that yoke, you make sure Jesus is the one you put in that yoke too. Therefore, once that's done, then you can recognize who's gonna work with you also. That's what that means.
They're saying they're unable to pull the pillar in a straight line. That is what I'm looking at. Yeah.
Well, if you don't have somebody
follow
working
Jesus
with you and y'all going zigzagging,
yeah, we're going zigzag. If y'all bumping heads, that's not the person for you.
Yeah, that's why I said when they said my yoke is easy, then you hitch it on to Jesus.
Like Tanya said, goes back to self-love. You sure right, Tanya. We got to give you some hearts on that. It does. It goes back to self-love. You got to love yourself first. But we got to move to friends, Kim.
All right. Would you consider it a betrayal if your friend talks to their significant other about you? Would you consider that a betrayal if I sit up and talk about my man about you behind your back?
I do. I consider that betrayal. I would consider that betrayal because now your man gonna start looking at me.
Yeah, after you
had this conversation about me,
take it
and then he really ain't gonna want us to be around each other if that's the case. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm not. Yeah, I was like, you can't. Like basic stuff, but like personal.
But sometimes
stuff,
I think sometimes friendships should stay out of relationships.
Yeah.
I think you got to keep it out of relationship because I wouldn't want your.
I don't give opinions.
Because I don't want your friend to form an opinion of me.
Right.
Because you telling them something about me, but you're not telling your part.
Yeah, and I've always tried to remain neutral because that's why I'm not gonna treat.
Kendra said that's when the man going to start sleeping with the friend. Heck yeah. Betrayal at its finest. Friends shouldn't be in relationships. That's right. Yeah. They shouldn't be. I don't think that I should talk to my man about you, or you talking to your man about me, or my girlfriend or your girlfriend. You cannot vent about your friend.
But when it does happen, I'm not gonna treat your husband, boyfriend any different because I understand y'all may be going through something. So my feelings ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm still gonna treat you the same because in the end, if y'all still together, I don't want no tension or whatever. But some people can't do that, and I was if you can't, because sometimes people do need. But
you can tell me, you can vent to me, and I promise I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Yeah, so
on that type of friend.
But you gotta know that particular friend.
Right.
But once you find out, because they gonna move different.
Yeah.
And when they do, then you gonna be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't tell you anything.
No, I can't tell you
because
nothing.
In the end, they may just needed that moment to let stuff out, but they still gonna be with that person. They still gotta work it out.
Yeah, that's it. No.
Oh.
Okay. Family and friends should not be in relationship, Joy said.
True.
That's true. Family and friends should not be in your relationship. You should, my thing is, if you planning on being with that person, don't tell your cousins, your sister, brother about that person that you in a relationship with. Because in the negative part, if it's something bad, we can't let that go and y'all still together.
Yeah, because, if you talking about laying hands or something like that, I'm going to have to stay away. Because I'm trying not to go back to when I used to lay hands. And it wasn't in a good way.
Shatara said, you ain't telling nobody nothing. Hey, Kimmy.
Hey. Who?
That's what she said. I ain't telling nobody
No,
nothing.
that's what I said.
No, I ain't telling about nothing. That ain't your business.
My best friend Augustine came up to me. We worked together, and she was upset. But I'm not gonna say what she was upset about.
Right.
But she came over and she said, "I want to thank you for being my friend."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, girl, you gotta thank me." But she said, "Out of the years we've been knowing each other, I've not ever everything I've told you, I've never heard it come back."
Right.
And I said, "You're not, but not everybody's that way."
Yeah.
You know,
Because I have some friends that, I mean, I could have been vindictive and did them the same way they did me.
oh, yeah, you
But
can-
I
there's no
chose
point
not.
in
I
it.
chose friendship over being
Even
evil.
if the friendship is over, I still wouldn't tell anybody your business.
Kid gonna say spill it. You on the whole tea time.
Nah, it's
You stupid.
I hate when I see people after the friendship over, and then all of a sudden you just vomit out everything
And see,
they told you.
my
And
whole thing is, it's
It-
some things that people that I'm still not friends with. It's some of their secrets that I still hold that I wouldn't.
but
I wouldn't do that.
I've-
But they have told
I've
things
seen-
about me.
But I've
But I
seen
don't care.
people do it, and first thing I do, I cut them off. I said, nope. We're not doing that.
Right.
This ain't gonna be no bashing fest
Right.
because y'all no longer cool.
Not friends anymore.
I was
Yeah.
like, because and then after I see that, I'm gonna ease away from you because
because
first of all,
if you do them
yeah.
like that, you're gonna do me like that.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I have to work. I have to move differently, even though everybody's not gonna be the same. But you should be a friend even when it's over with. Still have the respect factor, even if they do you like that. Don't worry about it. It's gonna bite them in the butt.
All the
It
time.
always does.
All the
So
time.
that's why I don't ever worry about it because I was like, all right, you pick.
I don't either. Because my
pick the
thing
wrong
is,
soldier
if that's
do
what
that.
you want to do, hey Sandra,
Yeah.
I said if that's what you want to do, then
Yeah.
go ahead and do it. We can move on because nobody's saying nothing about that. We're gonna table that.
Okay, y'all good friends out there.
You know these ain't no good friends. Where the good friends at?
What
If you're a
kid-
good friend,
what
throw a
kid
hand,
at? What
throw a
kid
thumbs
at?
up.
What
Throw a
kid?
thumb up if you're a good friend. I need to see some thumbs. Where the good friends at? I don't see none.
We just playing. Okay.
Yeah, we playing. Let's move on. Mental health. Do you think schools should implement mental health counseling
mentor
sessions
counseling.
or mentor counseling sessions for students? I think they should.
Yeah.
I really think they should. They should because it's so much going on right now,
And they might not have the right environment
and
where they can talk.
where they could feel like they could talk about it. We got to be able to get to our kids, to reach our kids some kind of way.
Yeah.
I think they need to have little pull out sessions for different kids to be able to talk and communicate. Oh, Aisha said my school does.
That's
My
good.
school is so big. I don't know if we would, be able to.
Well,
Or
with
what
the,
kind of way
I
would we
don't
be
know
able to
what
do
this
that?
new superintendent is going to do, if that's part of her budget to try to implement a program like that, because I don't remember her talking about that part. I guess she's more focused of trying to get kids off these streets and going out there and doing the wrong thing.
Now she is trying to find some kind of resources for parents,
Yeah. She
for
did
housing
talk about that.
and different stuff like that. So she is talking about resources. Kendra
Because-
said the school system not going to want to pay for it, but they already have the people in place to do these type of things.
That's
It's
why
just
you-
the time
yeah,
that they
you
put
create
into
the
it.
budget
They
for
have to,
that.
yeah,
'Cause
at
the
least
money
small
is out
group
there.
sessions.
The money is
Jam
out there.
sessions to vent or say something. Yeah, they do, Erica. They really need to have small jam sessions and different group sessions to even talk. Or they need to have like talking forums and do it in small groups. You get what I'm saying? I guess if they could take like the English class, because everybody got to take English. You know what I'm saying? In high school and middle school, they all got to take English. If you could take so many English classes and do jam
think-
sessions, or go to the classroom.
I don't know how this would work because I don't even know. Do they still offer physical education?
Yeah, they do.
So I think that
But-
should be like physical.
but you can't
mental.
because-
Why?
It's only certain times that you take it. So if you
Okay,
take it
can you-
twice,
No. Alternate. Like this week we're gonna do physical. And
everybody
mental.
don't take it.
Everybody don't take it.
No,
We
if
used-
you
that
get
was
it,
mandatory.
it was
when
mandatory
we went to
every
school.
year. But now,
Yeah.
if you take it, I think you take it like twice. Like you don't take it every year no more like that.
So
No, it's not. It's just
okay. All
two
right.
times on your transcript and you good.
Seriously?
Yeah,
See, that's half the problem right there.
yeah. So yeah.
That's half the problem right there.
So no, they
Because
won't work.
physical,
So that's why I said
physical education really helped a lot of kids out, or the ones who were shy or didn't want to go to the locker and change.
but they don't
and stuff
participate
like
like that no more.
I know,
Even
but I was
kids
like,
don't participate.
well, can you just have a mental health session,
That's why I said
like
do it in
a
English.
period?
If you
Yeah.
do it in English,
Yeah.
if you take everybody got to take that. So if you
Oh,
take
okay.
them in the English classes,
Or a class that you know
that
they
everybody have to take.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and just have a session like
have different rap sessions
yeah.
that way. I think that would work.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know that everybody have to take every year.
Mhm.
Like you can get enough credits that you don't have to take math anymore. You could get enough credits, but English you got to take every year.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's one
after
class
you,
that you have
after
to
you
take.
did get your algebra 1 and algebra 2, then you can
Okay. Asia said that they have social workers and mental health professionals in all high schools. I mean, we do have them. We have them, but what happens is our school is so big, everybody wouldn't get a chance to talk with them. You see what I'm saying? They don't have rap sessions.
so okay.
So it'll have to be you to go talk to them. You see what I'm saying? You have to.
Well, can you have it where, since you say your school is big, like how they do vocation classes, they bus them to, like Whitehaven. I know when Kamari going, they will bus them to the vocational school.
Mhm.
And
We don't have that.
so I'm just saying, could you just set up something like that? Kids who are interested to go talk to an off-campus counselor
Counselor,
or social
something
worker
like that.
or a mental
I
health
guess like
expert.
they have, they have so many grief counselors come in when after someone
Yeah.
dies or something like that. They have so many
yeah,
grief
how come they
counselors
can
come
do
in.
that?
So I don't know if they could do it that way. You
Yeah.
know,
It,
but
it has
that have
to be a
the
way
that it can
because
be done.
anything that help the kids is worth the investment.
Yeah, we got to figure out a way to
It's
help the
worth the
kids.
investment
We got to.
because we're losing more and more children to these streets, to gun violence, too many murders,
Yeah.
and everything. So
Yeah.
something has to be done.
So by that being said, we're gonna move to the next one. And
the
local news. We're gonna move to local news. So you're
speaking
talking
of
about
these children in these streets,
this 14-year-old got shot by the police the other day, about 2 days ago. So go ahead.
do you think the police should start treating teens, children like adults when they are armed and shoot at the police?
I think they should. I
Because
think they should
that's
get the same treatment
yeah.
if they were an adult. You're doing adult crimes, you should be
Yeah.
get the same treatment.
And then you got these adults saying that the police was wrong for shooting a 14-year-old who could have killed a police officer because he was shooting first, right?
Right.
So, yeah, when I was like, because the 14-year-old was a 14-year-old, but this police officer trying to go home, so it would have been better for the 14-year-old kill him. And then what
Right.
you gonna
And
say?
then his family got to, and people getting online. He shouldn't have shot him and such and such. But my thing is the same way these people were in front of this man's house taking his truck.
Yeah,
And had guns.
They were teenagers.
They were teenagers, had guns pointing toward his house and his neighbor house. So if anybody would have came to the door, they was
would've
going to shot him.
They would've
And they were
shot him.
teenagers.
Yep.
coming to your house to take their car. And took the man's truck.
His work truck, and luckily he didn't have the trailer
Put
he
on
had
there.
his equipment on to do landscaping. Cause that's his business.
That was his livelihood.
Yep. Now you done affected that. So it's like, had it been the opposite and they came out and blasted him, I guess people would say that would have been a problem too.
Yep.
But I was like, but what point do you get to if they want to go out here and do these big crimes? They gotta have the same how you put it, when they're like expectation
Yeah.
to get the big consequences. So if you go out here with these big old guns, what if you come across people
With big guns.
and they shoot you
And
up?
they shoot y'all up. Because they could have shot them up.
Yeah. So it's like, when do you get to the point where it's like, we can't be treating kids who go out here terrorizing people
Right.
all in the sake of, oh, they were just kids. No.
No. In the same way, the beauty supply. Okay,
Man,
when
rip the
we
door
gonna
off.
understand? When
They
we gonna
already going out of
understand?
business, and y'all go down there and just
They already going out of business. Y'all done ripped the door off the people's store
because of crime.
because of crime, and it's
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
And y'all wonder why you don't have stores in your neighborhood.
And why these big corporations are bypassing Memphis now.
Yeah,
Memphis used to be in the running for all kind of corporations. Now, when I read business news or look at business news on TV and stuff, I see all these other cities getting all these corporations and stuff. I was shocked that they said Elon Musk
what's
was
coming?
coming here.
Well, hell,
Because
they ain't
I
got
was-
nothing they can take from him.
But what I'm saying is, it's like, far as the infrastructure go,
Right.
do they have the capacity of everything?
They don't.
Because right now, out of all these decades that Memphis done had, these mayors, these council members, all these people have not created a city who will be able to
Sustain on their own.
yeah,
They
to
can't.
these kind of corporations who need these kind of things. Like these supercomputers, it's going to take up a lot of resources, a lot of energy, a lot. And do you have the people who are educated enough to take these
Not
jobs?
even to take the jobs.
See, that's what
They're
I'm
gonna
saying.
We're gonna have people coming in town to take
Yup,
these
they'll be
jobs.
taking these jobs.
We don't have.
So
I can't even count on one hand how many engineers I know.
yeah, so it's like, I hate the fact that, like, when I go to another city and I be like, wow, and I always say that, I be like, damn, Memphis could have been like this.
Yeah, I mean, y'all, when we were younger, we hadn't heard of nobody running through the store and stealing all the people's stuff. It was unheard of.
Now, yeah, a lot of corporations, is one of the things they are saying is the crime is the factor as to why they don't want to come here. Even though Memphis logistically is prime real estate, is the ideal area, they can't take no chance because of the crime.
Because of the crime. The same way they went down to, what is that? Nike.
And yeah, you didn't hear about that back then.
The trains.
Now they do the trains, the truck, in the trucks in the middle of
and
traffic,
yep.
in front of people, breaking open the doggone trailer and stealing stuff
And
right
taking
in front of
Yeah.
buku witnesses who looking like, what the?
But my thing is, how do we turn this around? How can we turn this around?
As far,
What is some kind of resource, y'all? Y'all talk to us.
but
Yeah,
here's
what
the
kind of
thing: the
resource?
mayor, big budget passed, and one of the things he's supposed to be doing is try to combat this. So in the budget, he raising these folks' property taxes and stuff, and want to bring in all these policemen and all these kind of things. Hopefully it will work, but at the same time, even if you lock them up, are you gonna keep them in there? Because
They
soon as
letting
I
it
look
right
on the
back
news,
out.
I'm like, yeah, no, they just bonded
Right back out, and he go right back in
So
for doing the same
we
thing.
gotta work on them laws, these judges, the district attorney. All of this they all had to coordinate and combat this.
We got to move on. We got this 7:53. Let's move on. So we're going to talk about politics right now. Real quick, y'all. We're going to talk about our vice president candidate. And
I have not seen. When I say they are not even trying to be quiet about being racist now.
Oh, this racist. He did everything but call her nigga. I'm trying to see what is coming. I think
DI hired. She a DI vice president. She's not qualified. And
she's not qualified. But I want to know what makes her not qualified and makes him qualified.
With Trump. No, they want Trump in there because it's the thing that we all back when we was growing up, back when we listened to Public Enemy and listened to all these people, these so-called radicals who were saying fear of a black planet.
Right.
You know, white fear is real because they do not want to give up power because the first thing that they thinking is we're gonna do to them what they did to us.
And see, but my thing is, us as black people is our worst enemy. The same way they did back then with telling the master that you was about to run away tonight. It's the same shit they doing now in these churches and in these different. You got these prophets want to get on
calling Kamala a witch,
calling her a witch and all this stuff, and you want to get
the Greeks.
Come on, y'all.
The Greek sororities, fraternities are closing their ranks to try to get her in office, and it's gonna be lawlessness.
That's what I'm saying. But y'all could go and storm the White House. I mean, storm the Capitol. They go and storm the Capitol. But you want to say that Greek fraternities, and they ain't did it by now, and they've been around since 1908,
and all of a sudden, the mastermind is they finally got the right candidate to do what.
And they get right.
I never known them. I've never known them to have a secret plot. But I don't know anything about them. But everybody I know in sororities, fraternities, they're not. I mean,
it's all about brotherhood and sisterhood.
As far as I know, but
that's all it's about.
A lot, and then they lied about her record as a district attorney.
Her lying about her record. She didn't free more people as a district attorney than anybody. All you have to do is Google it. But we rather go on what somebody else is saying than Google. And it's free to Google and find out for yourself. How do you do that?
Yeah, the previous administration was the one that was locking up black men.
Yeah.
And she was the one that was
to let them free.
She came up with the program to put them
to get them out,
to reform them, give them jobs, education, and she locked up way less black people than her predecessor.
Right, and they was calling her. What was they calling her? They were calling her something. They were calling her something in her city. Something about it was something that I forgot. I listened to it earlier.
Yeah,
they was calling her something.
I was seeing these white men straight up disrespect her. Megyn Kelly, basically talking about she slept her way to the top. How you sleep your way through an election? You had to sleep through every person that elected you into every office she done held. And I know, very tired.
But my whole thing is, and even as black people, we would rather step on her and lift up somebody that's telling you what they finna do. They want to be king. United States never had a king, but they want to be king. He said, if y'all vote this time, you won't ever have to do it again.
And they're not.
And you're not listening.
Being quiet about it.
You're not listening. He's not being quiet about it. He said, if you vote this time, you'll never have to vote again. So he telling y'all that his plan, his Project 25 is true. He trying to let y'all understand that everything he got in plan is going to come true if we don't get out and vote.
Yeah, and I said, the only thing I do is just pray on it, and I was like, whatever.
Y'all, please get out and vote. We got to talk about this Olympics, y'all.
We're leading so far in the medal count. We're leading so far in the medal count.
What's the medal count, Kimmy?
The medal count is, so far, the United States is number 1 with a total of 20.
Woo!
France is number 2 with a total of 16. And Japan is number 3 with a total of 12. China, total of 12. Great Britain, total of 10. Australia, 9. South Korea, 9.
You gotta keep on.
Okay. I was just doing the top 10.
I know.
But we're leading, but we need some more goals.
We need some more goals.
Cause we only got 3. France got 5, even though we leading totally. But we got too many bronze.
We got too many bronze.
Yeah.
Y'all listen. The women gymnasts are
They're
cutting
doing
up.
their thing.
They're doing their thing.
Yeah.
The women gymnasts are doing their thing.
Yeah.
The swimming team, the women's swimming team is awesome.
Yeah.
Also, you said the women's polo team.
Yes, Flavor Flav is has really taken these women up. In fact, he's taking his own money to take care of their needs, whatever they he just basically funded them because they're not getting the money like the male water polo team is, and they're not even half as good as the women. But of course, in this, the men gonna always get the most funding over women, which is still sad. But this is the case. But he is their biggest cheerleader, and he's been taking care of them, which I think is a great thing.
That's awesome. A Flavor Flav. To think of Flavor Flav doing that.
Yes.
That is a Flavor Flav. So who would have ever thought he was doing the thing like that? So I think that is awesome. I think our team is doing an awesome job. Mm-hmm. Just keep them prayed up, and because their mental get.
I know it's
the best of them is exhausting, trying to keep up and making sure that they doing the best that they can and what they practice on. So y'all just keep it prayed up. The anxiety, I know. It was like me. I thought I was going to the Olympics today, going back to work. My anxiety started to take over. I went to bed so early. I was just like, Lord Jesus, why do I have to go back in here? But hey, I did it. I made it through, and I went through the first day. So, y'all, I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Yes. Tonight was a great show. I enjoyed everybody. I enjoyed the feedback. So, if y'all can join us here again next week, the same time for Hot Tea Time. And if you got some questions, please send them in. I don't mind. If you want to be a friend on this couch or you need to talk to me on this couch, please feel free and come on in. Call me and let me know you want to sit on this couch or inbox me. I don't mind. I want you on this couch. I want to talk to you. Kim, I thank you for coming in tonight. And
I enjoy myself. I hope everybody have a great rest of the
and enjoy the rest of your week. And I'm praying that your week is successful and we do what we need to do. Asia, congratulations on your grandbaby.
Oh, he had the baby.
Yes, the baby is here, Kimmy. Let me show you the baby. What is the age? Age, boy, girl. What is it? What we got? She said grandbaby. She didn't tell me if it was a boy or girl. It's got to be a boy.
It's a boy.
Aww. Big old baby. All right.
Aww.
All right. Yeah, he's going to be red. Mm-hmm. It's a boy, she said.
Okay.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye. I enjoyed that.